Welcome back to Fame Unfiltered. In today's video, we dive into one of the most talked about topics in entertainment right now, Taylor Swift, finally breaking her silence on her relationship with NFL star Travis Kelce. From surprise appearances to subtle gestures at her Eras tour, Taylor has kept fans guessing about their romance. Now, she's sharing her thoughts on the connection that's captured headlines and sparked endless conversations. Stay tuned as we explore her heartfelt revelations and what this relationship means for both stars. The song Love Story by Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift is the one that everyone is talking about, and it has all the characteristics of a contemporary romantic comedy, especially when you hear how it all started. Alert for spoilers. Travis had to exert a great deal of effort in order to attract Taylor's attention, and he did so with a certain amount of nervousness. Travis opened up about that pivotal moment in his life when he decided to take a chance with one of the most famous pop stars in the world in a recent interview. Let's just say that even NFL stars aren't immune to the first date jitters that they experience. In the midst of a crowd of fans and admirers, he shared how he found himself trying to distinguish himself from the crowd and figure out how to make the best possible impression. You would think that scoring touchdowns would have prepared him for this, but it seems that asking Taylor out was an entirely different aspect of the game completely. The tale they tell is just as endearing and humorous as you might anticipate, and it is evident that Travis was completely committed from the very beginning, willing to go the extra mile to ensure that his invitation was one that people would remember. It appears that perseverance and a little bit of swagger are both beneficial. The question is, how did he go about asking her out? In the National Football League, Travis Kelce has been on a winning streak, but when it comes to appealing to one of the most famous pop stars in the world, what are his chances? After doing some research, he discovered that accumulating points on the field does not necessarily translate to success in the world of music. Recently, Travis went to one of the highly anticipated Eras tour concerts that Taylor Swift was performing, and he was extremely excited about the possibility of meeting her. At the end of the day, who wouldn't want to connect with Taylor Swift, especially when you have something unique to impart to her? In the typical manner of Travis, he attempted to set up a meeting with Taylor either before or after her performance. However, things did not go according to his expectations. It didn't take him long to figure out that Taylor keeps things relatively low-key during those times. She needs to save her voice for her epic set list of 44 songs. You can't blame her for wanting to protect those vocal cords, but that didn't stop Travis from feeling a little bit disappointed. The schedule is extremely demanding, and you can't blame her for wanting to do so. He disclosed this information in a recent episode of his New Heights podcast, which he co-hosts with his brother Jason Kelce, who is a member of the Philadelphia Eagles football team. "I was a little butthurt. I didn't get to hand her one of the bracelets I made for her," he said. In his voice, you could hear a mixture of admiration and a hint of frustration. And to tell you the truth, it's something that anyone can relate to. What person wouldn't feel a little bit of disappointment after going through the trouble of making a bracelet, only to miss out on the opportunity to give it to someone else? It serves as a reminder that even NFL stars can experience moments of vulnerability, particularly when they are attempting to connect with someone they admire. The moment Jason heard the news, he immediately inquired about it with his younger brother. When you go to a Taylor Swift concert, you might notice that there are friendship bracelets that are distributed. Kelsey stated that she had received a large number of them, but she wanted to give Taylor Swift one that had her phone number printed on it. The schedule is extremely demanding, and you can't blame her for wanting to do so. He disclosed this information in a recent episode of his New Heights podcast, which he co-hosts with his brother Jason Kelce, who is a member of the Philadelphia Eagles football team. "I was a little butthurt. I didn't get to hand her one of the bracelets I made for her," he said. In his voice, you could hear a mixture of admiration and a hint of frustration, and to tell you the truth, it's something that anyone can relate to. What person wouldn't feel a little bit of disappointment after going through the trouble of making a bracelet, only to miss out on the opportunity to give it to someone else? It serves as a reminder that even NFL stars can experience moments of vulnerability, particularly when they are attempting to connect with someone they admire. The moment Jason heard the news, he immediately inquired about it with his younger brother. When you go to a Taylor Swift concert, you might notice that there are friendship bracelets that are distributed. Kelsey stated that she had received a large number of them, but she wanted to give Taylor Swift one that had her phone number printed on it. Jason inquired as to whether Travis was referring to the number 87, which is his NFL uniform number, or his phone number. "Do you know which one he was referring to?" The response from Travis was slight. That being said, Travis discovered that navigating the world of pop stardom comes with its own unique set of challenges. Despite the fact that he might be a champion on the field, he exerted a great deal of effort in order to attract Tay's attention, and at first it was difficult. Travis was unable to shake the nagging feeling that he had missed out on a chance to work with Taylor Swift, despite the fact that his NFL resume is rather impressive. He brought up the fact that it appeared as though she was unwilling to write his name anywhere, which was a little bit painful. "I took it personally because she doesn't meet anyone, or at least she didn't want to meet me," he said. "She doesn't meet anybody." Even though it was obvious that he was still experiencing the pain of rejection, his brother Jason, who is known for being a jokester, offered his own theory. As a joke, he suggested that she probably hasn't completely recovered from the Super Bowl yet. It's possible that Taylor, who is a huge Eagles fan, was still reeling from the big game. It's also possible that she just made something up and didn't want to talk to you. This was followed by a chuckle from Jason, who then gave Travis a playful prod. The banter between the two brothers was absolutely hilarious, and it brought to light not only their close relationship, but also the playful competition that exists between Travis and Jason. In situations such as these, we are reminded that even the most successful athletes experience highs and lows when it comes to their romantic relationships and their interactions. Following everything that happened with the bracelet, Travis made the decision to take matters into his own hands. During an episode of the podcast, he, who was experiencing a mixture of frustration and determination, made a joke about Taylor and criticized her. During their conversation, he expressed his dissatisfaction with the fact that he was unable to present her with the bracelet that he had crafted for her. He also made a joke about her refusal to meet him. This little outburst ended up catching Taylor's attention. Much to his surprise, she reportedly reached out to him, and before long, the two of them began talking to each other. Initially, it was a humorous moment of frustration, but it eventually turned into an opportunity for them to connect with one another. It is not often that a light-hearted remark made on a podcast results in a conversation with a famous person from all over the world, but that is exactly what actually took place. Both Travis and Taylor knew that there was a spark between them as soon as they started communicating with one another. Their conversations were full of laughter and shared interests, and it didn't take long for things to take a more personal turn. The fact that a simple bracelet could lead to an unexpected connection is a fascinating example that demonstrates how sometimes taking a chance and expressing your thoughts can pay off in ways that you could not have imagined for yourself. The idea that telling the story of his unsuccessful attempt to give Taylor Swift a friendship bracelet would actually attract her attention was something that Travis Kelce never in his wildest dreams would have imagined happening. During a press conference held in preparation for the 2024 Super Bowl, the tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs reflected on the unexpected turn of events and said, "I never thought it would have landed." When Travis was 34 years old, he admitted that he didn't even think he would get a response from Taylor, who was also 34 years old to him. Following his public declaration of his interest in her on his podcast, "We're here and we're all happy." I know that he gushed about the situation between the two of them. It was obvious that they were thrilled with the way things had developed, and now even fans have begun playing this adorable little game. A recent post on X was made by a user who stated that Travis was given a friendship bracelet at the Jets game. The bracelet had the words "Look at how happy he was" printed on all of its components. Taylor was seen wearing the TNT bracelet that Travis had given her, according to the message that was posted by another user. Putting yourself out there can sometimes lead to unexpected connections, as demonstrated by the fact that what began as a humorous moment of vulnerability quickly transformed into something genuine and exceptional. The approach that Travis took, which was both playful and earnest, not only resulted in excellent material for the podcast, but it also sparked a conversation that neither of them had anticipated. While this was going on, there was also another individual who was attempting to make their lives simpler. Travis had no idea that someone close to the Grammy winner was listening to his podcast episode, despite the fact that they were listening to it. Taylor was encouraged to get in touch with him by this individual because they were so captivated by his testimony. That is quite an unexpected turn of events. Despite the fact that they have both maintained the identity of this matchmaker, Travis has repeatedly referred to this middleman as their couplet in the time that has passed since then. Under After the Wraps, the two-time Super Bowl champion recently disclosed that he and Ty had actually been dating for approximately 1 month prior to making their relationship public. This revelation came as the excitement continued to build with each passing day. A moment that sent fans and the media alike into a frenzy was when Taylor attended her first Chiefs game in September of last year. This was the moment that their big reveal took place. It was a picture-perfect beginning for their relationship, and it appeared as though fate had played a role in bringing these two people together. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated on all the latest celebrity news, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. We'd love to hear your thoughts on Taylor and Travis's relationship. Drop a comment below. And if there are other topics you want us to cover, let us know. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.